What? Okay, we're gonna discuss 3 questions bothering humanity at large. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, what do you think? How long will you be remembered after you die?
For me, it depends. I say 3 years. Let's go with 3. But I just read this post a while ago that literally said like people don't really remember you like for a long time, like except for your like close family, like maybe your kids, if you have kids in the first place, and if you have a good relation with them.
Yeah, I guess like, well, why would like unless you did something great, I don't think anyone else would remember you unless you got a Nobel Prize or.
Well, I remember my granny, like she died. I remember her.
But yeah, because you're close family. That's what I said. Well, that's what I said. If it's not your close family, then they're not gonna remember you. Like, why would someone else like? I don't think anyone from like where you work right now would remember you.
Oh no, I wouldn't remember them after I retire or like.
Yeah.
Yes, I wouldn't want to remember my coworkers.
Yeah, I think I would be like, no, fuck this person. Like, just
Yeah, so that means you're not going to be remembered.
what?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we're making the podcast where we'll get famous and people will remember. Oh.
No, they won't. Trust me. I'm pretty sure in about 4 months from now you'll say some shit and you'll get cancer. So I'd like it. I think it like people will like remember him, and that's it. That's the end of the conversation. Like maybe for a few years after your death.
Yeah, I think probably like your kids or your grandkids might remember you. No one else. Like, how much do you think about your grandma now?
I think
Like once every couple months.
Or like whenever you get
Yeah.
like a sort of memory that kind of reminds you.
Yeah, exactly. When I see someone like who looks like her or
Yeah.
something, that's all. And it's once
So
in a long
is
while.
that considered remembering them, or is just like them having like a flashback of them?
Them having like
I mean, you
flashback of
you
them.
having a flashback of them, not them having a flashback.
No, I'm like, oh, I miss her. That's how it is. So that's why I think it's called like remembering and missing her at the same time. Rather than like, oop, that moment.
All right. Okay, I got another one. Well, this one was chosen by Frodo.
Was it?
Yeah, because you wanted it to be on the podcast.
I
So
don't remember, but okay.
yeah, let's go. If someone you loved was killed in front of you, but someone created a copy of them that was perfect right down to the atomic level, would they be the same person, and would you love them just as much? Why are you so dark, Frodo? That is my first question.
So what?
Why are you so dark?
What do you mean? What?
You know, last podcast he asked a question. What was the question you asked? Oh yeah, would you like to control 5 people as a
The
puppet?
puppet.
Yeah. I'm like, why are you so dark?
There was just a question that just appeared randomly, so I'm like, okay, why not just ask you it? And he said, okay, go ahead, Fredo.
I
Okay.
think I have discussed this in my philosophy class. I'd say yes. Like, why not? Also, but like at the same time, I have this small feeling that just not the same person.
No, but I think I will always have the feeling that they are not real. Like like, perfect copy as clones, right?
But like,
Like you still know the person you love died. This is like
Well, I
just-
kind of somewhat believe in like rebirth. So it's like when you die, it's like you kind of come back like
not
as,
as the
like,
same fucking.
Wait.
not as like the same person that like not as like the same physical person that you were.
No, hold on.
I thought this was an animal, like another person.
Okay, hold on. I got a question. So are we transferring the memory? Like,
Yeah, that makes a difference. Like if
Like,
you're transferring all
yeah.
the like the memories into the new person. Or
yeah.
Well, like I think if this is a question like.
Well, they're doing it to atomic level. I think then it should transfer the memories as well. But in that case, wouldn't it make the person like immortal?
But then depends how many times they have been reincarnated. Not
How many?
like you die and there you go, the different copy. Like no, like maybe just once. Like
I never thought of it.
yeah, literally, if you're like
Wow.
17 and you die and then you come back at 17, then yeah, I guess like you live the normal life. Okay, you just had a break. Like you went up and you're like, hey God, what's up? And then you're just like, hey, back. Like
No,
I
but
certainly feel like you'll get like the memories of like, you know, like that person. Like you'll still love them, but it'll still be weird just like looking at like the person that's like not really like who they were.
well, that's the whole point.
do
Like,
you guys know the movie Age of Adeline?
Yes.
no.
Okay, so this woman, like something happens to her and she just stops aging. So she lives like 3 to 4 generations, I think. It's pretty interesting, and it was shot at UBC and in Vancouver.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna watch it.
Like,
But the thing is, I think I would love them the same, but it's still like some
like a small
yeah,
feeling,
like
that this is just not that person.
yeah,
but,
just
like,
not that person. Like,
otherwise, yeah, I'll be like, yeah.
but maybe like
Well, no, you're suddenly gonna be freaked out. It's like whoa.
I think I have found the answer for this. I think it depends. Like, are you the kind of person who would lean into discomforting emotions? If you wouldn't, you'd be like, yeah, I'm just gonna numb like kind of my emotions and pain and be like, ignore what happened and move on with this. Well, if you're the kind of person like, well, the real person is real person, and I'm okay like being uncomfortable. So you might be like, yeah.
I mean, it depends on what kind of thinking you have. So
Yeah.
I'd be like, at first I would be like, I might have like, well, it's not the same person. The person I knew like died, like, and it says like in front of you. So like they died in front of me. I don't think I can forget that. But at the same point, I think over a couple of years, like for example, say 10 years, I think it will fade away, and I
Yeah.
will like
But
know how to live with it, and I just like might forget it.
yeah.
But like it'll take like 10 years.
Yeah, and if you love them, it would end up being like some kind of trauma, like
Yeah.
like so.
Okay, Preet, I got a good question for you. Where does self-worth come from? I don't think I know any answer to this. This is just for you.
I've studied about this in one of my psych classes, like last term.
Hmm.
So see, it depends. Like self-worth, like there are different perspectives to it. Like obviously, there's a spiritual perspective that it's like inherent and like it just is. Like your self-worth is always high, no matter what kind of in spirituality. But like if you look at it from a psych perspective, like what we studied was like you make up your self-worth from the work you do, the kind of relationships you have, and everything, like kind of your accomplishments at the same time, which seems logical, and that's how like most of the humans function, right? But at the same time, I guess like most people are trying to attain like an ideal of just having like a kind of a self-worth that isn't affected by your accomplishments,
Okay.
because those things are out of your control.
For
Some of them.
For another question, did you understand anything he said? 'Cause I didn't. I don't know what he
I
said.
completely blanked out. I'm like, what?
I don't know what you said.
Okay, so
Can you speak in English?
Okay, so self-worth. So what do you guys think self-worth is? What do you guys think so far? Like, what do you know so far?
Like, self-worth, like giving yourself some appreciation or something, like,
Or maybe it's more like,
like having some value for yourself, not just treating yourself as any random person.
looking at Maslow's hierarchy, bro. This is I have studied that as well. So I like self-worth is more like knowing that you value and you matter, and you like deserve to be like kind of like alive. Like, so sometimes people are like
gets depressed and they're like, well, we just want to end this.
yeah, but like think about like someone being like, well, I just don't matter, like nobody cares about me or stuff.
Oh, what?
That kind of indicates like, I think that indicates like low self-worth at the same time, but like,
So no, where does it come from? Like, do you inherit it, or do you like make, or does it depend like what kind of experiences you've had in your life till now? Like,
What kind of experience you've had in your life till now?
yeah, I would
Yeah.
I would say that, like, I would say it might depend a bit on inheritance, but most on like how did you grow up as a child, or what kind of teacher did you have when,
yeah,
what kind of child. I think it depends mostly on your friend groups as well.
yeah. And like the bigger thing is like for like what I have like seen like read in books and stuff and like heard in my classes, I guess like self-worth, like first of all, it is kind of solidified when you're a kid. Like you can obviously change it later, but like that's where it starts. Kind of relationships you have with your parents, and that's where you learn a lot of things from. And as you grow up, obviously your experiences affect your beliefs and like what
Yeah.
you think about yourself.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, and it's like not inherited. That's what I was saying earlier. The perspectives matters. Like what perspective are you looking at it from? Like if you're looking at it from a spiritual perspective, they believe like that, oh, self-worth is this specific worth you have for yourself, and it isn't affected by anything around you.
Oh, okay.
So that's what spirituality aims at, kind of, I think, in my opinion. That is like, oh, no matter what happens to you, your self-worth just is good and it cannot be touched by anything around you. And like, and like, what studies show self-worth looks like, what like usually papers explain self-worth as like, is like obviously your accomplishments, friend circle, and everything that's kind of affecting your emotional well-being. And that's what like I think most of us see in like other humans around us.
Oh, okay. Another one. This is not that philosophical. It is just, I think, more towards bio. How do you think humans as a species will go extinct? Considering, considering what's going on right now, I would say Corona, but
No, I don't think so. COVID. I think it would just be like a human stupidity that would kill us.
oh yeah, I mean,
Like global, like climate change.
yeah, I think for COVID it'll just have a curve like go up, and then at one point it'll just reach its carrying capacity, and then just
Could be like I don't know about science.
yeah. But I feel like it most probably will be like dinosaurs. Fucking.
What?
What?
You know how dinosaurs
Oh,
die.
okay. So like dinosaurs would end us.
We're not living in Jurassic World.
Well, look, we're way past that. Like,
I was like, what?
No, like how dinosaurs died, like
Yeah.
with the asteroid or something, meteoroid will.
Yeah, and hit one side of the flat Earth, and everyone was bounced off.
Flat
The Earth is flat. It hit one side. Have you seen that meme? And all the dinosaurs just bounced off.
Oh no!
Yeah, there's that meme.
Okay.
weren't there like theorists saying that it was supposed to happen like I don't know how many years ago, and we're still alive?
Oh, the meteor. What? Every so like couple months, I would say there's like a meteor asteroid going around the Earth, and they're like, oh well, this is going to crash on Earth, and they're like, oh well, it just
I
skipped us.
personally, I believe like humans are just another species, and like we might go extinct like just like other species will. Like although we would like
No,
to think we are
that's the most important thing. Humans are not like other species, because humans, I would not say are more intelligent than other species, but they have some.
They actually are more intelligent.
Not, yeah, they are like they build all these things. No other species did it. Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, the amount of the amount of population of species, like population of humans we have right now, it's not easy to kill them, and it's not easy to go extinct.
Well,
Like we're at the point where the population is way over the limit that it should be. So it's not easy to go extinct. I mean, virus is one thing that will make go
extinct as in like they like climate change, like water levels rising up might make us
Oh well,
go
2012 film.
things like that will make us go extinct in that way, not like we'll gradually start.
Well, here's the
No.
thing. Like things like that might make us go extinct, but climate change is gradual. I know it's a big thing, but like what happened in 2012 movie was they built ships, right? And still humans were safe, so they didn't go extinct in that.
Yeah, but wasn't the
that's not what the
population
story of
reduced?
Noah's
Like,
We're talking about going extinct, not population.
well, we gradually go. Nobody goes like, oh well, today like God doesn't be like, yeah, today all of you are going extinct. It takes a while, right? Hey, dinosaurs, I don't feel like it today. All of you are out. That's it, done. I don't think so. That's how.
Like,
it
yeah.
works.
I don't like your cut, G.
Yeah, God's like, yeah, I'm not feeling it today. Y'all are done. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Save it for
So I think like gradually we all will.
Well, I feel like it will be a virus or something, or probably asteroid that will kill us. And if we last long enough, probably climate change.
Yeah, I don't. I mean like. Yeah, climate change is gonna kill us, I feel.
Yeah.
Or if we don't control it, like we might be able to control it and like.
Well, then people have to believe it's real, right? You know, some people are just like, oh no, what's climate? Like Trump.
Honorable President.
Yeah.
Wilfredo here is a Trump supporter, everyone.
Yeah, he's like COVID. People were just talking about
Yeah,
COVID.
he never wears a mask.
Oh yeah, I'm totally an anti-mask person. How do
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys know?
It interrupts with Wilfredo's personality.
Oh, also, that reminds me, because of our last question, self-worth is also kind of the need to feel like important, I guess.
Oh. Yeah, worthy. You know how some
Worthy
people,
and important.
you know, like, oh, now I get that. You know how people are like, I'm worthy. They have a lot of self-worth.
Well, they could be narcissism as well.
Oh, yeah.
It depends. Like, they could.
I mean, yeah. There's a point when self-worth becomes narcissism, but that's a high point.
It's not. Well, see.
I would say like at one point it like self-worth transfers into narcissism. It's
I don't think so. Narcissism usually seems to come from low self-worth actually.
wait, what? So do you think Hitler had self-worth or had low self-worth?
See, okay. So it said people who are narcissistic usually have low self-worth, but they mask it with self-worth. Also, I don't know if Hitler was a narcissist. I don't know a lot about his personality. He was a psychopath, I feel like. But I don't know narcissist. But there are two kinds of narcissism. One of them was one of the things in both of them is that both of them cannot stand criticism. Both of them cannot stand the kinds of narcissism.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is vulnerable narcissism. I don't remember the other one. So they react with anger to one of them internalizes the criticism and cannot just stand it because of low emotional well-being. The other one just gets really mad at others for criticizing.
Oh.
So I feel like someone who has high self-worth would not want to be okay, let's take an example of Oprah Winfrey. I don't know if she has high self-worth, but seems like. So when Trump attacked her on Twitter about why don't you run for being a president, she was like, I don't really care, I don't mind, I don't want to respond, whatever, it's not the kind of energy I want to be involved in. So I guess that's an example of high self-worth. But let's look at Trump. Seems like a narcissist, and a lot of studies have been done about it, and they proved that he is.
I'm pretty sure he is one.
Yeah, we had studies at our school, and literally he is one. So exactly, and if somebody pokes him, he reacts.
Oh yeah, he does.
He fucking reacts. You can see that. So that's kind of an example. Does Trump have high self-worth? Maybe not. But does he think he have high self-worth? Definitely.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah.
You trigger him with anything. Do you see the way he treats reporters?
Yeah,
I don't think that's I don't think a president should treat a reporter that way.
I saw this video this morning. I'm like, yeah, I don't like ABC. Sit down. No, I don't like NBC. Sit down. ABC. Yeah, you go ahead. You ask me. And I was like, bro.
I don't think you should do that.
Well, I don't know about showdown.
Well, I'm happy he's not the president anymore. I mean, he's still, but
Sorry, Wilfredo.
Yeah, sorry, Joe Biden won.
Biden at least.
Okay, Pence.
I'm the fly.
Hey, I'm with Harris because Indian
And black.
and black
And women.
and women, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and mainly because I want Trump out. I don't like Trump.
Honestly, I don't like her. She's what she is. She's nice, but her past is kind of
Yeah, her past is a bit sketchy. What she did with those. She had the proof. She could have.
She did have the power to evidence to
release a lot of people, but she didn't. And then she agreed on an interview that she smoked weed.
Well, that's
when she
no.
Wasn't she the one who got all those people in jail because of weed?
Incarceration.
Yeah. And then she agreed that she smoked weed, and then she agreed she listened to Tupac when she was high.
Well, she is what she is. That's why I see. I'm kind
She is what she is.
Literally, I'm always everyone's so what do you think about her? She is what she is. Yeah. So I like her, but at the same time, I'm happy that there's a person of color.
Yeah. No, I'm happy there's because US needed a woman at that.
Yeah.
They never had any woman president, white
Dude,
president.
this to Clinton. I saw this. I saw so many people saying we don't think a female is not. Let's say a woman is capable of running a country. When Clinton was being elected, they were nope, not it.
Well, that's America, man.